I'm buggy for saying this, but this wanted poster of Tamiya, are you 100% positive this is the right person?
Don't sweat it, Tachkoma. I gotta admit that even I doubted my own eyes for a second, too.
Me too. I confess, so did I.
Major, are we absolutely sure this is our man? I don't have anything against Jameson types, but this guy doesn't really strike me as the criminal mastermind behind these virus attacks.
It's always a bad idea to let appearances fool you. Besides, at this stage, it's too soon to conclude that Tamiya is the mastermind behind all this.
I guess you're not able to move yet, huh? It moved?
Tachkoma, what are you doing?
Oh, come on, I wasn't doing anything. Cutting loose, sir. signs, but it looks as if he's burned out his own memories.
What's going on around here? Is frying your brain case the hip thing to do up here in the far north?
Extract all the data from his cyberbrain immediately and forward it to Ishikawa.
I'll ask him again. Are we positive that this is the guy behind the string of virus attacks?
But if this guy fried his own cyberbrain too, wouldn't that be a hint that he was trying to hide something from us?
Leave the scene processing up to forensics and come back here. Togus, I'm putting you in command of the forensics team.
Why me?
If you're gonna blame anything, blame the fact that you're an ex-cop. See ya.
This isn't my day.
I examined the cyberbrain data that you guys sent me. I wasn't able to detect any trace of the virus that was involved in those 3 cases.
In other words, you're saying that this system administrator named Tamiya spread the virus and planned the terrorist attacks all on his own?
Well, I guess that's what this points to.
Did anything turn up at the scene?
I ran a check on every outgoing phone call made from the factory. Out of all of them, 12 were made to unlisted numbers. Most of them were personal calls, but an examination of each one showed that 8 were made to friends of the receptionist, and 3 were to the residence of the CEO's girlfriend. And we discovered from our investigation of the final phone call that it was to a public phone in a junkyard district inside pt2.
So what's that got to do with Tamiya?
We found a memo in Tamiya's desk with the same number as the public phone written on it. There was a name on the note, Sen Ninkai, written with the characters for thousand, person, and society. Does that name ring any bells?
That's an awfully grand name to be associated with a payphone.
Yeah, I was curious too, so I did some digging. I found lots of similar names, but I wasn't able to turn up anything anywhere on the net that made me want to jump up and yell jackpot.
Could that walking box even have picked up a pencil in the first place?
Who knows? It was pinned to a corkboard in front of his desk along with various work-related documents, so I just naturally figured it was his.
Memos in a corkboard, huh? Taking into consideration the body he's in, the man was one seriously analog guy.
As a rule, people don't suspect things that, for all intents and purposes, appear to be common, everyday items. If he did it deliberately, it's possible that he was more clever than we thought.
He might have burned out his cyberbrain because he wanted to hide the existence of information besides what was in his own head.
It's also possible that he was ordered to do it by the Seninkai organization.
Togus, go through the information we have on the organization known as the Seninkai again. Ishikawa, you work up a vaccine for the virus that Tamiya planted. We're merely scratching the surface. There may be more at work behind this incident than I first imagined.
Touchcoma here, please respond. This is Touchcoma responding. How's it look on your end? I'm bored. I wish I was staking out the junkyard public phone too. Have you found any cool souvenirs? I've noticed that compared to Nihama, the people around here have a pretty high prosthetics percentage. But I haven't really found anything new. I'd sure like to get out of here and look around, but the Major would just get mad at me again. How about you? Peter showed up, hasn't he? Yeah, he definitely looks and sounds mad. He's been rambling on non-stop, bragging about the Chief and the Major. It's getting ugly.
I'll ask you once again, why did you close down the Tohoku Linear Railway?
As I've said again and again, it was because there was a risk of a terrorist attack aimed at the former cabinet minister.
What is it you think your people came all the way up here for instead of the police or the military? It was to round up all the terrorists before I got here. If you and your team of so-called professionals can't get the job done, then send in the SAT. Call up the SAT.
Pardon my saying so, sir, but the SAT is a special assault team. They can't be deployed for something as mundane as guard duty.
Don't split hairs with me. You and your men should just learn to keep your mouths shut and obey my orders. You kept my support association members waiting at the stations in pt2. You caused me to lose face.
Excuse me, Mr. Former Cabinet Minister, sir, but if you had been shot or blown up when you were making your triumphant return on the Tohoku Linear Rail, you might have lost your face for real.
What the hell is this thing?
I apologize for our AI, sir. Pay no attention to it.
Aramaki, this is the last straw. I've had enough of your mockery. You and your people live and die at my whim. Don't forget that. It's about time that you learned your place and started behaving according to your station.
Did I say something wrong?
You're forgiven.
Really? Yahoo!
Chief, I know I shouldn't be questioning our mission, but do we really need to protect that guy?
Yes. If we don't keep him safe, our coming here will have been pointless. There's not much time before the ceremony. Find out all you can about this organization called the Seninkai ASAP.
Roger.
We stumbled across another ultra-high-frequency conversation, and guess what? They were talking about bullets for an anti-material rifle this time. Sounds mighty suspicious, doesn't it? We took it upon ourselves to go ahead and pinpoint the source of the
I've arrived at the service facility that the Tachikoma was talking about.
According to the Atorofu Support Police's database, the registered owner is named Chiri. He's the #2 man in the Yakuza organization that runs the Junkyard District. Also, what's this about ultra-high-frequency conversations?
I guess the Tachikomas have an ultra-high-frequency audio communications band. Come to think of it, did they say something about overhearing a conversation on the way here to Beidou Tado Bay?
No one told me.
I thought we'd file a report after we checked it out a little first.
Don't tell me. You aren't still giving them natural oil, are you, boss?
No, I'm not.
I don't know about you, but personally, I'm more worried about those anti-material rifle shells.
We'll look into the Tachikoma's behavior later. For now, find out who was speaking in that conversation that the Tachikoma overheard.
Roger.
Who the hell are you, Jack?
Jack? My name isn't Jack. I believe you've mistaken me for someone else, sir.
Quit talking nonsense, Jack. I'm in no mood for games.
Excuse me, but you're the one who isn't making any sense.
Don't hold back. Waste this thing!
guy sent me, but it's all vehicle maintenance info. It didn't have anything to do with anti-material rifles. Regardless, considering the weapons these Yakuza hicks were packing, we can't write off the conversation of Tachikoma's interceptions as a bug. Maybe we need to do a little more digging into this.
No doubt about it. This is a think tank hangar.
So, did I do good then?
Combat androids. No one said anything about this.
At any rate, it looks like there's some information they don't want us to know about. Wipe out the enemy, giving priority to data collection.
Ishikawa, what do you make of the data I just sent you?
This is their secret set of books. According to the code I cracked, these guys have been getting a wide range of weapons for years. I'll send you the decrypted data.
What the hell? You could open your own arms market with all this stuff.
It ain't cars that they were working on in here. It's obvious that this was a think tank hangar.
Well, that's a new one on me. I've never heard of combat androids hanging out in the car garage.
What about Chiri? You still don't have any leads on him?
I've already put in a request for assistance from the Otorofu Support Police, but he remains at large. At any rate, leave the scene to forensics. I want you to pull up and come back here.
Roger.
While searching the home of Tamiya, the man behind the string of virus-induced incidents, police learned of a shipping company president with whom Tamiya was in frequent contact. Through wiretaps, we've learned about a secret meeting he's planning to have with someone today. It will be in the VIP suite on the top floor of a high-rise hotel in downtown Berutaro Bay. We contacted the hotel and received verification. The name of the registered guest staying in the VIP suite is an alias, and his address is...
How does it look?
There are some nasty-looking characters wandering around with some expensive, wicked toys.
Anyway, they might have gotten a suite, but they sure aren't sweethearts.
If they've rented the entire floor, then I guess that means we'll have to check every single room.
Combat isn't our objective here. Give top priority to apprehending the maritime shipping company president and the person he's secretly meeting with.
Tachikoma, how's it look on the roof?
Nothing to report. By the way, I heard something about how you get paid bonus if you work at high places. I think it's called hazard pay.
Police! Freeze! Where's the man you were with? Chief, the man he was meeting smashed through the hotel window and fled.
I'm having them arrest everyone with high-output prosthetic bodies in the vicinity of the hotel. I want you to escape from there with the shipping company president. A group of people who appear to be associates of that bunch back there just came up from the floor below you. I'll send a helicopter to the roof. Hurry.
Hurry up and open your hatch. We'll have company soon. This man is a crucial witness. Don't get him killed.
No way! You're not gonna get me to ride around in a box like this!
Hey, watch it, buddy! Where do you get off calling this captivating streamlined body of mine a box?
Say your prayers!
think tanks behind his car garage. The guy wasn't able to work on his own face. I just hope appearances aren't deceiving here.
This gives us a solid link between Chili's gang and Tamiya.
Even though we see the connection clearly now, their objectives seem murkier than ever. We just can't get a good handle on this. There might be a whole lot of elements that contribute to making these guys suspicious. Take, for instance, what happened at the car garage and at the hotel. But those could be seen as the sort of things that a regular Yakuza group does during the regular course of business. And if that's the case, I don't see a reason for them to try to assassinate Hiruma.
Maybe there's a clue relevant to that right under our noses in the name Seininkai. At any rate, it's evident that this is no simple Yakuza group we're dealing with.
Even now that we know these facts, Chidi's presence is indispensable. Do whatever it takes to capture the underboss and get us some information.
Roger.
Hey, it's him! I'll circle around and meet up with you.
Chitty! That's far enough! Hold it! Chief, Chitty got away from us. It looks like the other side has a sniper working for them.
I'm having the Autoroute Support Police assist you. They're going to put all their resources into the search for Chitty. Each of you be prepared to move out on a moment's notice.
Roger.
I appreciate the help. Thanks. You were the one who saved me, right? It's okay. Don't worry. Everything is working out exactly the way Mr. Sakata and the others were hoping. Relax. Your cargo will be arriving soon. I promise everything's going to be fine. If only we had the ability to control our minds and bodies the way your people can, things would have turned out much differently for us. We wouldn't have suffered like we did. People are fragile creatures. Your people will soon be living examples of how the human race ought to exist. Our enemies are going to be arriving here any moment now. If anything should happen to me, I want you to keep up the fight. Seta. Look after Shikari for me.
Hey boss, Section 9 entered the arena as you planned.
All right, we'll utterly crush them here. While I'm buying you some time, go gather together all the forces you can find.
Open the gate!
Gosh, I wonder what this place is used for. The construction and design are kind of similar to the training dome.
It's no use. The gate won't open from here. You'll have to take out Chiri and open the gate.
Don't worry, leave it to me.
Do you know what you guys remind me of? You're like brothers to Seta.
Seta? Brothers?
In other words, you are beings who are both individual yet part of a whole. That is to say, you're the very symbols that represent the expression and embodiment of our ideals.
Huh? You aren't making any sense. What the heck are you trying to say?
If you are lucky enough to have your memories afterwards, carefully think over what I've said after this is over.
Let's go.
I've located the enemy heading Looster! Now heading for designated location. Head for a strategic withdrawal. Now heading for designated location. Let's withdraw! Edward, let's withdraw! Edward, strategic withdrawal! Let's withdraw! Edward, strategic withdrawal! Oh yeah! I've successfully neutralized the target! Yeah!
I told it to take care of her. So you only kill Shibashi Gurus. Good girl.
Oh no! Chitty went and burned out a cyber brain!
Leave the retrieval of Chidi's corpse to us. The rest of you, go after that little girl prosthetic body.
Roger. Touch coma!
Sorry to keep you waiting!
Kept. Flood into the sewers. Come on, let's get her.
Even so, is that really a prosthetic body?
Do you seriously think a little girl like that can lug around an anti-material rifle?
What are you two talking about? We've got one in our own unit, remember?
Really? You actually think of me as a woman? Either way, seeing as how there's a chance that it's a prosthetic body that was constructed in Chiri's shop, we're still left with the question of who gave the girl the orders.
We don't have time to waste on pointless chatter. Get out there and bring her in, now!
I've located the enemy! talking to me? Where are you? What? Why are me? Why are you black, though? By the way, where are you assigned to? Shikari? Oh, I get it. That must be that girl's name. Really? You have a name, too? Oh, so you're Seta. I've heard so much about you. Chitty said you were just like our brother, but I'm curious, why aren't you a Tachkoma? And what exactly does Seta mean anyway? Oh, me? I'm a Tachkoma, of course. I have questions first, though. What does Ugochoranke mean? Oh, so that's what it means. Hey, how about Shibashikaru? Oh, now I get it. Wow, this is fun. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we synchronize? What do you say, huh? Huh? Why are you running away?
What are you doing, Tachkoma? Get over here!
Huh? I wonder where it took off to.
I'll leave you!
Wait for me!
She got away, huh?
Further pursuit at this stage is impossible. I'll send a warrant to the support police. Ishikawa, beef up the surveillance on the N system.
Roger.
A black Tachkoma?
That's right, I saw it for myself with my own great big beautiful orb.
Ain't possible.
Honest, it's the truth. There's another one of us. Go ahead and run an analysis on any of the Tachkomas if you don't believe me.
So you're saying that this black Tachkoma and the girl model prosthetic body with the anti-material rifle were having those ultra-high frequency conversations you told us about?
Exactly!
Maybe the humidity is messing up its circuits.
Looks like we should send you in for maintenance.
But I'm telling the truth!
We've completed our investigation of Chiri's office in the low-rise district.
Turn up anything?
Just like the offices we checked in the junkyard district, most of the memory devices and disks had been physically destroyed.
But don't forget, that turned out to be a good thing.
I tried running a data dump on one of the memory devices and disks we found in Chiri's office that I thought I could physically reconstruct. They must have blasted it with a submachine gun without running a standard wipe on it first. Fortunately, I was able to recover the entire fat and some fragmented raw data. One of the items was labeled with the file name Ceremony Parade Route. However, the problem is, because the raw data was so heavily fragmented, I couldn't restore it. I can't be sure if the file name is a best guess construction or if it was information that was leaked from somewhere. But on an up note, I was able to restore one other file name and a little bit of raw data. Chief, you're not going to believe this.
Just get to the point.
The file name is Attention Sanin Kai Members.
Whoa, seriously?
And the raw data?
I'll read you an excerpt. The rights belong to neither me nor you, and most certainly not to that man. They belong to the state, even assuming that
I think we can assume that it's National Police Agency Security Bureau Administrative Document H88, which vanished from the National Archives 3 months ago.
It's turning out then that this Seninkai really isn't some simple Yakuza group.
The H88 report, which had supposedly disappeared, is leaked to members believed to belong to the Seninkai. Chief, what's your take on this?
After taking into account that a file named Ceremony Parade Route was recorded on the same disk, it's exceedingly obvious that we need to reevaluate this organization known as the Seninkai. Furthermore, it's become imperative that we determine where they obtained these secret documents, not to mention what their true objectives are.
What are they trying to smuggle in? I guess the first order of business is to check out the containers that'll be arriving tomorrow.
That includes the anti-material rifle ammo mentioned in the conversation the Tachikoma overheard.
Ishikawa, you look into the black think tank seen by the Tachikoma, as well as that little girl model prosthetic body.
Roger.
The Seninkai and the H88 report. It would appear that we need to take another more in-depth look at what happened 20 years ago.
Honest, I'm not joking! Our brother was really there! Liar, there are only 9 of us. We don't have any long-lost relatives. You must have a bug. Hey now, we agreed that word was off limits. Calm down, comrades. Let's be civilized here. The first order of business is to synchronize and share our information. Right. Good idea. You'll be surprised.